The second night of BTS's massive concert in Foxborough turned into an unforgettable spectacle, filled with high-energy performances, dazzling lights, and thousands of roaring fans filling every corner of the stadium. As the group moved smoothly through their rigorous choreography, the electrifying atmosphere reached an all-time high, with every member giving their absolute all to the crowd. Middle through the high-octane performance, while executing an intense dance routine alongside his fellow BTS members, Jungkook happened to glance toward the very front row of the audience. Among the ocean of light sticks and cheering fans, his attention was immediately caught by a deeply personal sign held high by an emotional fan in the front row. The large poster bore a heartfelt message that read, "I have been waiting 6 years to hug you." Jungkook, instantly standing out amidst the chaotic crowd. Without hesitation, the superstar broke away from his position on stage and ran straight toward the edge where the devoted fan was standing. In a moment that completely shocked the thousands of spectators in attendance, Jungkook went above and beyond to grant the fans' 6-year-long dream right on the spot. Leaning over the barrier, he wrapped his arms around the fortunate fan, pulling her into a warm and sincere embrace that brought the surrounding section to a complete standstill. As if the surprise hug was not enough to stun the entire stadium, Jungkook gently leaned in and allowed the overwhelmed fan to plant a soft kiss on his cheek. The fan immediately burst into tears of pure joy, trembling as the sheer shock and excitement of the dreamlike encounter washed over her. Unable to contain her intense emotions, she screamed in pure happiness, clinging to the reality that her 6 years of patient waiting had finally paid off in the most magical way possible. Witnesses nearby captured the tender interaction on their phones, rapidly spreading the breathtaking moment across social media platforms within seconds. The rest of the stadium erupted into loud cheers and envious excitement, utterly captivated by the unscripted show of affection between the idol and his supporter. Fellow BTS members on stage smiled at the heartwarming scene, seamlessly continuing their performance while allowing their youngest member to share that special connection. This unforgettable Foxborough night quickly etched itself into fan history, leaving an indelible mark on everyone who witnessed the powerful bond between Jungkook and his dedicated global fan base. The energetic stadium atmosphere reached its peak as the blinding spotlights cut through the darkness, locking onto a single handwritten sign in the front row. Amidst the deafening roar of tens of thousands of voices, Jungkook's eyes caught the raw emotion etched into those bold letters. A plea of love and patience 6 years in the making. Time seemed to freeze for a fraction of a second as the global superstar paused mid-choreography, his expression softening instantly from fierce performer to deeply moved artist. Breaking away from the center stage with pure impulse, Jungkook sprinted toward the edge of the barrier, where the tearful fans stood trembling. The surrounding crowd held its collective breath as he reached across the security fence, extending his arms without a moment's hesitation. The intense noise of the stadium faded into the background for those brief seconds, replaced by an overwhelming wave of empathy that swept through the front sections of the venue. In a scene straight out of a movie, he pulled the overwhelmed fan into a tight, genuine embrace, wrapping her in a moment of pure warmth and comfort. Surrendering completely to the emotion of the dreamlike encounter, the fan gently pressed a kiss to his cheek as tears streamed freely down her face. Jungkook simply smiled, holding the embrace for a heartbeat, longer to ensure she felt every ounce of gratitude for her unwavering devotion. As he pulled back, the fan let out a cathartic scream of unbridled joy, her hands shaking uncontrollably as the reality of her fulfilled dream washed over her. Nearby concert-goers burst into sympathetic tears and deafening cheers, filming the miraculous encounter while witnessing a rare, unscripted exchange of absolute love. The emotional weight of 6 long years of waiting evaporated in an instant, replaced by a lifelong memory etched into the hearts of everyone nearby. Returning to his group members with a glowing smile, Jungkook rejoined the performance, leaving behind a stadium utterly electrified by the unforgettable demonstration of affection. Social media exploded within minutes, with millions across the globe witnessing the viral moment that captured the true essence of the bond between an idol and his fan. It was no longer just another stop on a massive world tour, but a historic Foxborough night defined by a single life-changing hug. As the thunderous beat of the music vibrated through the floorboards, Jungkook's focused gaze suddenly locked onto a glowing sign in the front row. The intense focus in his eyes softened as his pupils dilated, scanning the words line by line. Under the harsh brilliance of the stage lights, a faint glisten appeared in his eyes, reflecting the sheer emotional weight of the message. For a brief second, his posture relaxed mid-routine, grounded entirely by the raw truth written before him. A few meters away, the fan's hands began to tremble violently, her fingers losing their grip as the poster wobbled unsteadily in the air. The cardboard fluttered, nearly slipping from her slick palms as the realization set in that his eyes were fixed directly on her. Her chest heaved with rapid, shallow breaths, every muscle in her body frozen between disbelief and overwhelming anticipation. The distance between them seemed to collapse, leaving her heart racing against the rhythmic pulse of the stadium. Noticeably moved, Jungkook took a slow, deliberate step forward, his eyes never breaking contact with hers as a tender smile parted his lips. The subtle tear glossing over his eyes caught the light, highlighting a moment of pure, unspoken vulnerability between artist and admirer. As he closed the final gap, his shoulders dropped, shedding his larger-than-life stage persona to reveal the genuine, young man deeply touched by years of loyalty. When he reached over the metal barricade, the fan's knees visibly buckled, her arms shaking so intensely that she barely managed to keep the sign upright. Her tear-streaked face flushed a deep crimson, her lip quivering as she reached out to meet him midway. The physical tension that had built up over 6 years of waiting erupted into a visceral response, her entire frame quivering as his shadow finally fell over her. As his arms safely encircled her, her trembling hands instinctively clung to his jacket for support. Anchoring herself to the reality of his presence, Jungkook gently leaned his head closer, his soft, glistening eyes closing as her lips pressed lightly against his cheek. The electric charge in the air settled into a quiet warmth, capturing a profound physical reaction of gratitude, relief, and unconditional connection. The second Jungkook stepped toward the barrier, a blinding sea of smartphone screens illuminated the dark stadium, capturing every millisecond of the unbelievable encounter. Thousands of flashlights and recording lenses aimed directly at the front row, creating a glowing constellation of digital eyes eager to document history. The sudden rush of motion from surrounding fans caused a ripple through the standing floor, with everyone leaning forward in collective disbelief at what was unfolding right before them. As his arms wrapped around the fortunate girl, a deafening wave of screams ripped through the air, shaking the very concrete structure of the stadium. The combined noise of 60,000 voices gasping and shouting created a physical vibration that rattled through the floorboards and chest cavities of everyone in attendance. It was an explosive, unscripted roar of pure astonishment that completely drowned out the backing track, playing over the speakers. In the immediate vicinity of the barricade, the atmosphere shifted into an emotional whirlwind, with fellow fans breaking into spontaneous tears of joy. Friends and complete strangers clung to one another, sobbing hysterically, as they witnessed a dream 6 years in the making come to fruition. There was no envy in their cries, only a profound, overwhelming sense of shared happiness that washed over the entire front section. Like a tidal wave, the visual spectacle was utter chaos, with light sticks waving frantically, in erratic patterns against the night sky as fans jumped, screamed, and covered their mouths in sheer shock. Everywhere you looked, hands were clutching chests and tears were streaming down faces under the flashing stadium lights. The crowd's reaction transformed the massive venue into an intimate, high-octane emotional epicenter, where thousands of hearts beat in complete unison. Even long after Jungkook pulled back and rejoined his fellow members, the stadium continued to buzz with an electric, residual shockwave. The deafening cheers echoed off the high stands for minutes, while millions of digital notifications began to flood the internet as the captured footage was uploaded simultaneously. It was a moment of unmatched audience hysteria, forever marking the Foxborough show as one of the most wildly emotional nights in concert history.